Let's spend a moment, sir, talking about what's playing out at national politics, because the left is being accused of being rigid in the negotiations with the government through the left unions when it comes to the issue of the new farm laws, because a lot of the original leadership before 26th of January was with Punjab-based left unions who owed their allegiance to a very strong leftist kind of ideology. How do you respond to this charge that you've got these left-leaning union leaders because of their political motives who are not allowing these laws to go through?
Well, you have right-leaning union leaders also. They also don't want these laws. They won't allow these laws to go. So it's not a question of left and right. What is in the interests of Indian agriculture, Indian farmer? And as far as we are concerned, CPIM, we had opposed these ordinances even before the laws came. We opposed them as ordinances in the parliament. And even before this agitation began, there was, for 2 years, if you remember, before the 2019 elections, there were huge Kisan protests all over. You had that long march to Bombay, to Mumbai from Nasik. I mean, all this was going on. So it is not as though that this has suddenly come because of the farm laws. The discontent in Indian agriculture with our farmers has been growing over a period of the last 4-5 years very intensely. So what you're seeing in this Kisan agitation is actually a reflection of all that. And secondly, you see, we are not allowing these laws to be passed because these are completely disastrous for our farmers and Indian agriculture. Why? You hand over our agriculture, our lands, our produce to the corporates, both foreign and Indian. And the net result would be, the food insecurity. It will lead to hoarding and very high prices for the consumers. And every country in the world that implemented these sort of laws, you can see the impact of that. What I'm saying is exactly turning out to be true. So it's in interest of the country. And if there's anybody who's obstinate or obdurate, it is our Prime Minister and the BJP government at the center. What are the farmers asking? Repeal these laws, discuss agri reforms with us, with your corporate friends, with all the stakeholders, then formulate new proposals, bring them to the parliament, discuss them through the parliamentary committees, and then enact them. What is the problem? If the Prime Minister announces, I'll keep it on hold for 18 months, what is the problem in accepting this? And why are we not accepting keeping on hold? No law can be kept on hold. Once it's notified in the Gazette, a law is a law. You can't say that I'm keeping it on hold. Anybody can invoke it. So either it has to be repealed or an ordinance brought saying that this is on hold. So do that, which is as good as repeal.
So you've seen so many elections in the state of West Bengal. How is this election different from past elections that your party has won, fought, lost some, won some? How is this election different?
This election is different in the sense that it is being based on very intense communal polarization. And this, let me warn you and warn the people, is very, very dangerous for Bengal. You see, people often forget, Mahatma Gandhi was not there at the Red Fort when the tricolor was being unfurled on the 15th of August 1947. He was on an indefinite hunger strike in this city. He wanted to go to Noakhali. He was not allowed to go. He went actually, but then from both sides there was a lot of tension. He returned to Calcutta, sat on the hunger strike. And he was on a hunger strike when India became independent because that was the horrendous. Noakhali riots in history is one of the most horrendous communal conflagrations that took place during the time of the partition or any time, any other time. So that background is there, that historical legacy is there in Bengal. Now if you try to stoke that and try to revive it, it can mean nothing else but a complete disaster. And that is the difference in this election. This is what is being attempted. You saw the Home Minister's speech, trying to woo the Rajbanshis, trying to woo the Matuas, come to Calcutta and say CIA is not going to be implemented now. CAA, and then go there in order to woo them to us, say that CAA will be implemented the moment vaccination is over. No, this sort of politic, I mean, to get some votes or buying up MLAs and MPs, I mean, this is not the agenda for prosperity and for people to improve their lives and live in a happy, prosperous manner. That is the difference in this election. That is why they have to be defeated. And which best way to defeat them is actually that you will have to also in the process defeat the TMC, otherwise the danger that they will win will arise. That is the difference this time.